What's going on, guys? Welcome to Own the Chaos, where we talk everything OTC. My name is Brad, and I am so glad that you're here with me tonight. It's Friday, guys. You know, it's been a long week, so I do apologize. But there's a very important topic that I thought you guys would appreciate. I know a lot of you have been asking me about scanners and what do I use, and I was trying to stay away from the paid scanners as much as I could up to this point, because I wanted to make sure that you guys were at a point in your trading career where you could maybe afford to pay for a scanner. And in my opinion, this scanner is the best one to use. I think that it pays for itself every month, and that is Equity Feed. So if you're not familiar with Equity Feed, you can go visit equityfeed.com. In no way, shape, or form am I sponsored by them. They don't pay me to say this. It's just true. It's just the best stock scanner that money can buy. And if you're interested, I have posted a link in the description for Equity Feed. You can get 10% off, and then I get 10% off. So we kind of help each other out there. It's just an affiliate link that they offer for members, existing members or whatever, to refer a friend, that sort of thing. You can either click on the link or you can use the code. I think it's Brad Smith. That's all it is. It's just Brad Smith, no spaces or anything like that. Just Brad Smith. You can enter the referral code in and get your 10% off. So with that, if you are joining me for the first time, welcome. I hope that you get something out of this video. Please stay tuned for the end of the video and watch the whole thing, because we always go over any kind of questions that you might have, whether it's relating to tonight's topic or anything involving the OTC. I'll be happy to help and answer those questions for you at the end of the video. For those of you returning, welcome back. You must really enjoy the chaos that is the OTC, and so let's get started. So Equity Feed is awesome, and here's why. So let me switch over for you real quick. I'm gonna minimize all this crap. And so when you download Equity Feed, it's an app similar to Thinkorswim, and you're gonna, when you first download Equity Feed, what do I have up here? I have a bunch of stuff up. So if you go to Equity Feed, the first thing you probably see is Market View. And I have a couple of presets for Market View. Now this is just kind of like a broad general scanner that you would use when you see something that has maybe some unusual volume or something that shows up. It's not necessarily the particular scanner that you're going to be using. It's just to show stocks that are trending and that sort of thing. I like to keep things as simple as possible. Now you can customize this Market View to however you like. You can add columns here, and you can have it show whatever the heck you want, really. I mean, it's pretty awesome. This is by no means is it cheap. I don't want to how do I want to say it? I don't want to come off and say that this is an inexpensive way to scan for stocks. I only subscribe to the OTC version of this. You can subscribe to the big board stocks as well. It actually costs a little bit extra for that, but I just stick to OTCs, and it's about $130 a month. But in my opinion, like I said, I think it pays for itself, because it allows you to find stocks that are right there for you when you need them. So anyway, back to Market View. If you're using Market View, you can customize columns, so whatever you want. I just kind of keep it to the highs and lows of the day, volume, of course. And this is interesting. So percentage off the high is one that I like to use. It's particularly nice when you're using, and here's a good example for those of you who are trading within my chat group. These are some familiar faces here, if you will. MSPC, TCEL, GFOX. I know these are ones that we all played today. I just categorized it by volume. And so anyway, percentage off the high. That's one that, for those of you who like to see retracements or Fibonacci, charts, that'll be good for you. And so this one is news. It got kind of squished in there, but it's news. It will appear, a number will appear if news was released on this particular stock. And let's see here if I can find one for you. Yeah, so this will say news. So SDVI had some news apparently. You can click on it, and it tells you what the news was. So pretty simple, pretty easy to use. It gives you the dollar volume, which I think is pretty important. Also gives you number of trades. I get questions all the time about stocks that run thousands of percents in a day. But then I go back and look, and I see no volume, and there was one trade on it. So things that have maybe like floats locked up, or it has a terrible spread, somebody happened to buy on the ask or something like that, and it changed the stock price. You can see the number of trades that were made, and you're like, this doesn't look right. I'm not going to bother with it. But if you look at something like TCEL, which had a crap ton of volume, a bunch of trades, the dollar volume was huge. This came out with news yesterday or the day before, I believe. I didn't play this one, but I know a lot of folks did within our group, and won huge. And so just again, this is a very good scanner and this is just preliminary here. As far as market view goes, I also want to show you the stock scanner. So I have several scanners saved on here, but if you we'll just make it simple. I have just a general sub-penny filter, and you can see here that I have the price the parameters are 0001 to 1 cent. Volume I have at 1 million to whatever. And you can go down to the actions, and you can see the liquidity. So I like to see stocks that the share volume is greater than 3 times the 60-day volume average. It's important just because if there's a stock that hasn't been sitting, that's just been sitting around, and then all of a sudden it has 3 times its 60-day average, that might pique my interest. And so let's just run the filter and see what comes up. Oh, well, here, some more familiar faces. So T-Cell showed up here, more than 3 times its 60-day average. GFox is another one. And some, this is very simple, and you can see how many trades were made throughout the day. I just love that. I love to be able to see all of this here. This is where you find, unusual volume that might be occurring, and that is when you want to go and do some more due diligence. When you see unusual volume popping up, go and ask yourself, why? And so then that's when you can go and find the resources that I've shown you. Excuse me. Find the resources that I've shown you over all the months that I've been doing YouTube so far, and do your due diligence and see if whatever stock that is piquing your interest is a good buy for you. And so another good thing that I would also like to show you is News Streamer. So News Streamer is a very good tool as well. I like to keep it just to news and filings, and you can see the filters. I just have price from 0001 to 1 cent, and you can obviously modify this to however you want, but it gives you the news in order based off of your parameters that you've set for it. So stock types, I just keep everything. You don't want to have to worry about select markets, because unless you are only looking for NASDAQ or only OTC, that sort of thing. But you can see here, as it's happening live, that there's news that is still coming out after hours. And it just, the latest news comes out on top. And so then you can go ahead, once news pops up, especially if it's a powerful catalyst such as reverse merger or an important 8K that comes out, you want to go ahead and check that out, do the due diligence on it. Again, as I've shown you before, and this is a great way to search and find those stocks that I've been calling out, that all of our other admins have been calling out throughout the trading day. I believe all of my admins, within the exception of like 1 or 2, have equity feed and are successful with it. I've had to get with one of mine to help refine my skills on equity feed. So this isn't something that you want to take lightly. This is something that you want to make sure that you're serious about trading, and that you see the investment is worth it for you to spend the amount of money that it takes to run this scanner. Now, there's plenty of other things here. Actually, let me show you one more thing too, if I can. If you go, this is great too. If you can look at the montage, let's just look at MSPC, because that was a hot one today. And the montage of the stock comes up here too. So this is also important as well. You can see the price and how much, and the sales. So you can see, obviously you can see this on Thinkorswim as well, but I just think the way that this is set up is much nicer. It's much easier to read. But you can see the amount of buys and sells here, how much people bought in for, how much people sold for. You can see that there's some 4 million bids here, and a bunch of buys, bunch of sells, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm kind of blabbering a little bit, but anyway, I just like the way that this is set up. I like the way that it's just easy to read. And Equity Feed, in my opinion, for that reason, is the best scanner that money can buy. The news thing, I think, is the biggest thing, especially for those of us who are in the OTC that sometimes have trouble finding news. Equity Feed is almost, I would say 99% of the news that gets released pops up on Equity Feed every time. And so that can ensure that you get the catalyst first before anybody else who doesn't have a platform such as this, and can really take advantage of catalysts that come out and to see if it's worth buying for you. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions here, as I always do towards the end of the video. I hope that you guys were able to find what is with this guy. Sorry guys for that. Getting him out of here. Sorry for that distraction. I don't know how to get rid of him completely, but he's really driving me crazy. I know he's driving you guys crazy too. But anyway, let's see here. Getting him out. Okay, he's out. All right, so anyway, wow, that's crazy. With all those deleted because that guy was spamming, there's not much in here. So anyway, any other questions? How much does it cost? So thank you, a legitimate question. So it costs $130 for just the OTC. I think it costs a little bit extra to pay for level 2, but I don't pay for the level 2 because I already have that on my trading platform, so I don't really pay attention to that as much. I'm basically in it for the news streamer, and the scanning capabilities that it has is bar none to any other scanner that's out there, in my opinion. If you can find a better one, I challenge you to do that, but I don't think you can. And for me, I think it's worth the investment. Guys, just keep the questions pouring in, and let's not worry about the distraction that was here earlier. I don't know what is with that, guys. I see you guys kind of reported him. I reported him as well. I don't know what the deal is with that guy, but let's keep it task at hand. So anyway, any other questions for you guys as far as that's concerned? I'd be happy to answer those for you. I know that it seems like it's a lot of money, and it is a lot of money, but you can really fine-tune your trading skills with Equity Feed. And I know this is something that you guys had asked for me to show you why it's so useful and why it can help you be a better trader. And so that's why I wanted to address this for you tonight on this Friday. So it doesn't look like, oh, I got another question here. What's the difference between this scanner and setting similar parameters on TOS scanner? So he's asking about Thinkorswim. So you can tune the scanner on Equity Feed. There's so much more, in my opinion, that so many more parameters that you can set on Equity Feed that you can't set on Thinkorswim. And the news thing is huge. There's so much news that comes out that Thinkorswim doesn't have on their platform that Equity Feed does. I think that's probably the X factor. Can you get by using other scanners? Of course you can. But for me, I think the type of scanning capabilities that Equity Feed provides, plus with the news streamer that it has, especially when it specifically focuses on the OTC, I think it's great. And it's still, you can use these parameters, and you can use the news streamers and everything else for bigger board stocks such as the NASDAQ or the S&P and Dow and all that. But for OTC, I think it's the best scanner to have, if nothing else, than for that news streamer. Do you use scanners from your trading platform, and also do you use Trade Ideas? So I've never used Trade Ideas, but I've heard enough about it from trusted individuals that say that Trade Ideas doesn't really do much for the OTC. And since this is a channel that's dedicated to the OTC, it's not really something that I would probably want to look at if it's not really catering to my style of trading. So you could, if you're more comfortable trading stocks that are traded on the New York Stock Exchange, then Trade Ideas might be just fine for you. But again, for me to be able to cover everything that I want, especially the OTC, Equity Feed is the scanner for me. They do not have a mobile app. I think if you can check out all of the stuff that it offers for you, I don't think that they could possibly manage to squeeze all of that information and all of that data in an app. So I think that's why they've never actually thought to build one. But it would be great if they did, but I don't think that they ever will. And to answer your question, no, there isn't an app for it. Can you use it just for day trading? Absolutely. So you can just get into something that is riding on momentum. You can create a scanner that's specifically dedicated towards momentum. I actually have one myself. And you can just ride that momentum throughout the day and get out as you wish. If you're looking to just day trade, absolutely. You can use it for day trading or swing trading. It doesn't matter. But for me, when I'm looking for something in my trading style is to find something that's at the absolute bottom or get into a stock before too much volume starts to hit it based off of whatever catalyst might be coming. That's why my scanner is set up the way it is because I want to be able to catch it at the very bottom before it runs up. And that's the importance of using a scanner, in my opinion. Somebody asked, do you mainly day trade or swing trade any of them? So I mostly swing trade. It's very rare that I day trade anything. I actually day traded something yesterday because I thought that the catalyst that came out was going to really send it, and unfortunately it didn't. There was just a big sell-off towards the end of the day, so I just ended up getting out of it because it wasn't something that I saw that had anything else coming into the future. So I just decided to get out. It was just a very rare day trade for me, but most of the time I end up swinging these. All right, so that is all I've got for you guys tonight. I do appreciate you tuning in. If you are visiting for the first time and you got some useful information out of this, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. Of course, you don't have to, but if you're looking to get great information in the future, I would highly suggest that you do. Click on that little notification bell so that you know every time I go live. And also like this video. If you learned something from this video specifically, I would appreciate a like from you as well. Links in the description. Don't forget, Equity Feed link is in the description. It's an affiliate link. They don't pay me to broadcast any of this to you guys. It's just a simple affiliate link. You can enter Brad Smith as a referral code and get your 10% off your first month of Equity Feed. And the other links that are in there are Facebook. So we have almost 95,000 members worldwide within our Techbuds-Solutions Facebook group, which I am a heavy presence in, as well as Discord. You can the link for Discord, so you can network with like-minded individuals and chat every day throughout the trading day, is in there as well. There's also, I have OTC apparel if you want to check that out. Plenty of other links in there, as well as all of my other social media platforms to check out as well. And that is all I've got for you guys tonight. And as always, I will see you all before the bell, and B. Smith is out. See you guys.